It is believed that William Shakespeare was born April 23, 1564, in Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire, England. Stratford enjoyed a grammar school of good quality, and the education there was free. Shakespeare's education would have consisted of learning to read, write, and speak Latin, as well as studying the works of classical historians, moralists, and poets. Shakespeare did not go on to the university. How his career in theatre began is unclear, but from roughly 1594 onward, he was an important member of Lord Chamberlain's company of players. They had the best actor, Richard Burbage. They had the best theatre, the Globe, finished by the autumn of 1599. They had the best dramatist, Shakespeare. It is no wonder that the company prospered. Shakespeare became a full-time professional in the theatre, invested financially in the success of the plays he wrote. Among the plays he composed, young men and women retreat to the woods and fall in love during a 4-day wedding festival in this light-hearted romance. As You Like It follows its heroine Rosalind as she flees persecution in her uncle's court, accompanied by her cousins Celia and Touchstone, the court jester, to find safety and eventually love in the Forest of Arden. Much Ado About Nothing is a comedy about how true love transcends pride and envy. The Taming of the Shrew is a comedy portraying the struggle of a persistent suitor to tame the powerful, self-sufficient object of his affections. Julius Caesar is a historical tragedy dealing with the destructive effects of power and the tragic results of betrayal. Mistrust and rash decisions lead to the death and despair in Othello. Hamlet is a tragedy that centers on a prince who seeks to avenge his father's death. In an effort to escape the predicted overthrow of their kingdom, Lady and Lord Macbeth conspire to commit murder. The guilt and paranoia that result from the act brings about the prophesied demise. Among his most celebrated and familiar works, Romeo and Juliet frames love in the midst of a dispute between powerful families. Romeo, of the Montague family, falls in love with Juliet, of the rival Capulets. With their families at odds, the young couple are forbidden to be together. Romeo is directly involved in the conflicts. His friend Mercutio is killed by Tybalt, even as Romeo tries to bring peace to the situation. Tybalt eventually challenges Romeo himself to a duel, which Romeo is unable to avoid, and which ends in Tybalt's death. This unfortunate turn of events further complicates the budding romance between Romeo and Juliet, as Romeo is banished to Mantua, and the families, each having lost a member at the hand of the other, deepen their hatred for the other. Conflict, character, and plot work in harmony as each element shapes the way the other unfolds in the story. As the plot thickens, the characters are seen more clearly, and their tragic love must go to greater and greater lengths to survive. And with that, we're ready to get started.